Beauty, when I think of beauty, I think of somebody who is extremely just happy with themselves inside and out. I think of beauty as somebody who, if you want to do 100 fillers in your face and you feel great about yourself, then that's your beauty.
For me, I think beauty is a feeling. I've seen people feel beautiful, and that's a different kind of beauty than just, what we essentially typically consider to be beautiful. And I wish to everybody to feel as beautiful as they truly are and to embrace what that is. For everybody, it's going to be very different. For me, it's an absolute definition of a feeling. And if you feel it, it's an amazing day.
Welcome to the Beauty Talk podcast, where we feature how the best medical practitioners help their patients to look better, younger, and healthier. Now, enjoy the show, and here's your host.
Daniel Gao here. I'm the host of Beauty Talk. We feature the top medical practitioners in health and beauty, both inside and out. I have Nadya, Kozlova, and Shay, pioneers of the medical aesthetics industry with roots in the field dating back to 2000. And decades spent shaping what results-driven medical aesthetics practices look like today. In 2010, they founded Cucumber Skin Lounge, now an award-winning practice with 3 locations across Seattle, Bellevue, and Bellingham. While neither are physicians nor master estheticians themselves, they are deeply hands-on owner-operators known for building and leading teams of top-tier medical providers across the Pacific Northwest. Their practices are recognized for delivering the most advanced treatments available, both downtime and no downtime, by consistently bringing the latest, most effective technologies and protocols. That same clinical forward vision led to the launch of Victor Michael Skincare in 2023, created to prevent and reduce downtime associated with injectables and advanced aesthetic procedures. So Nadya and Shay, welcome and glad to have you both here on the podcast.
Thank you, Daniel, for having us.
Yeah, so let's start at the kind of very top level. How did each of you get interested in the medical field?
By pure chance. I think for me personally, I stepped into the industry and many times like, what am I doing? Just since 2000, I've never really stepped away. So it's just an industry that overconsumed me since the beginning of my career.
For myself, I was a consumer first and then fell in love with the treatments and the industry and then just sort of made it my career.
Got it. Okay. And so now you have this practice, Cucumber Skin Lounge, and you have 3 locations for it. What led you to want to start your own practice?
That's a fun question. Shay, you want to take it?
Yeah, let's just say, we were introduced to the industry when the big boom of medical spas began back in 2000. And, nobody really knew what Botox was. Nobody knew what fillers were. We were selling Cosmoderm and Cosmoplast prior to like Juvederms and Restylans. It was new. It was exciting. So, on this journey of 10 years, we were working with more of like a corporation who ran multiple medical spas. And we were their VPs, sales and operations. And after so many years of just changing hands for whatever reason, Nod and I decided, hey, you know what? We do this with our eyes closed. Our passion is customers, patients, staffing, treatments, results. When you're dealing with larger corporations, their bottom line is sales and money, and you lose the human factor of why you're in this industry. And so that was when, we were just like, we're done. We're kind of over that shift. Let's just scale down and let's stick to something we're really great at. And we just stayed here locally and opened up 3 offices.
Okay.
And the fun part about it is that very quickly we got exceptionally good at the bottom line results, just as well as we are about the sales and everything else. And going back to the first question, I think that this is such an ever-changing industry. You can't get bored. Every single day, something is happening. Every single day, new ways are coming out on how to deliver the best results, how to bring the efficacy to the table, how to tailor to a patient that maybe was out of the realm of getting the services because of the skin type or because of certain conditions. And it's such an incredibly evolving space that you just, once you fall in love with it, there's no way to step back because it's going to keep you on your toes and it's going to ask you every day wanting more because of how much you can offer.
Got it. Okay. So now that you have these practices, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the treatment you provide. And it seems like you provide a lot of different treatments. So kind of from like a higher level, what are the kind of the core treatments that you provide in your practices?
Core treatments are going to be, your entry aesthetics, facials, chemical peels, hydrofacials, microneedling, to more advanced treatments of more advanced, deeper peels, into more of your laser treatments like skin tightening, anti-aging, RF microneedling, fractionals, to your more downtime treatments, CO2, cosmetic injections. So we are kind of a huge menu, weight loss. Here, the thing is, it sounds like a lot of treatments, but we actually really limit the type of treatments we offer because we want to be, the experts at everything that we offer. And one thing is, we really try not to follow the trends because every year something new comes out and every year something new is introduced to this market. So Nadia and I are really good at sort of scaling the industry and just watching and observing, waiting for feedback, from consumers and other professional, like-minded people, and then we kind of evaluate. And then we have a lot of reps who bring our lasers to us and trial it. And if we like it, we might go with it. If we don't, we hand it right back to them.
The something that we take a lot of pride on are the core values that we bring to the table along with the menu that we offer. So one of the things that I'm particularly so excited for Shay and I to bring to the table is to truly be the experts when it comes to ethnic skin and really explaining like our employees, everybody who works for us, they understand the difference. Not every laser, no matter how popular it is going to be good for me, same as it's going to be for Shay. Really understanding ethnic skin, really understanding skin in general, the reaction, how the energy is delivered, and what we can offer. We pride ourselves on not only having exceptional technology, but also knowing the safety mechanism and really truly how far we can take that technology to layer with everything else to deliver those services. We also offer transitional aesthetics. We actually own that name in the industry where we help patients that are undergoing the transition. We specialize in men aesthetics. And in our clinics, 30 to 35%, maybe even more right now, of men that are walking through and they compliment us all the time on just how welcoming the environment is to tailor it specifically to them because skin is going to be different. Your demand is going to be very different. So we are very excited on the tailored specific treatment plans that we can deliver, customized for that consumer, regardless of where they come from and what condition they bring to the table.
Okay. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into that because I want to talk a little bit more about how you approach the client and the patient care side of it. So you talked about all these services you offer. So how do you approach choosing what is the best treatment for any particular person that can be done now? Like, how do you make that determination?
I feel like I'll probably do a top line and then with Shay, we can dive deeper into it. It comes as much as you run a medical spa and you want to, for scalability, you want to be able to control the process of what we offer to the patients, right? So you'll have platforms that are going to tailor to particular conditions, to particular skin types, the protocol that help you get there because that's your safety, that's your liability, that's ability to offer the safety and the efficacy under the same umbrella. But at the end of the day, when we actually sit down with the patient and we actually speak with them about what specifically their goals are, I would say customization, customization, customization. You have to tailor because you have downtime, no downtime. I do want to see you every week. I don't want to see you every week. I'm traveling. I'm going to be sun exposed. But Shay is really amazing at also training our team on how to customize specific tools that were offered in the industry to really get the best results.
I think to also sort of go back to that original question of why we became private and do things on our own is it gives us this opportunity to really get to know each patient. They're not just another body walking through our door when we're working on numbers and productivity. And that's the biggest shift. I think that makes that really special for our customers and patients is that when we do our consultations, we train our team and our staff that, there is no set time. You don't get 30 minutes for a consultation. You take all the time you need to listen to this customer. We're really tailoring every single service to their needs. We try to fit their budgets. We're not overselling. We're not over suggesting. It's more of a journey, and we always let our customers know that this isn't a one-time treatment. In aesthetics, it's a long journey. It's a relationship. It's a friendship. You have to trust us just as much as, the next medical spa. And so it's really about building that rapport and really listening and understanding what they want. And then also on the professional side, being very educated in all the treatments that are being offered and understanding, what each service really can truly do for someone's skin.
The best reward for us is looking into where our patient comes from, right? And in the world where everybody's obsessed with KPIs, and so do we, in the world where you are looking for that new advertising opportunity or something else, the best reward and the best grade that we can get on our little scorecard is understanding that 85% of our customers come from referral. So if you come to us, chances are your friend already knows about us, your kids, if you have kids, gonna come to us, your partner is gonna come to us, your ex-partner most likely is treating with us. So
It
we always
happens.
laugh about it because you can't keep it non-customized, because by the time you are with us, we know your name, we know your pet's name, we know where you went summertime, we know what you're aspiring for. And our team is exceptional at keeping everything very confidentially, but really, truly, these people become part of us. And that's where Shay, to what Shay was saying, even when it comes to new technology or new treatments or new something else, we involve our patients in that decision making, both the team and our patient base, because they're the reason we exist to begin with.
Okay. Now, you get a lot of patients coming into your practices. What would you say some of the most common misconceptions about the treatments that you offer that you hear most often, or misconceptions or myths that you hear?
That's a good one. That's a really good question. Shay, what would be your take?
I would think a lot of customers who walk through the door who are not experienced in medical aesthetics, they think that we're about vanity. They think that it's about, big, huge lips and frozen faces, and people who come and spend their money and time with us, it's very vain. Not all, but people who are not familiar with our space. And so, again, it takes a really thorough consultation to understand that we are actually here changing lives. We are really changing people's souls inside, things that they've been struggling with for decades. And so I would say the biggest misconception is if you come to a medical spa, you're vain. That's what I would say.
We get a lot of fun stuff according to our name. So, like, I'm in the Bellevue Clinic, and we had one patient that kept on walking by. He's now an amazing patient of ours, one of our VIP patients. But he's like, Nadia, I never knew this is a medical spa. I thought it was a sandwich shop. And I was like, Skin Lounge didn't tell you that part, didn't. He's like, I don't know. And then he's like, and then when I realized there was a medical spa, I was really intimidated to walk in because I didn't know what to expect. And there's some questions, and I didn't know, like, can I come in? Can I not come in? How open you guys are to all these questions. By the time they get in our environment, and how welcoming our team is, and how welcoming our providers are, how welcoming the medical staff is, and just knowledgeable of understanding what the patient needs, and sometimes talk people out of getting certain services. You can't ignore that either. By the time they're done with it, the number one feedback that we get from the very, like a first time visitor is, I took years to get a hold of you guys. I'm so glad that I did. And that's, again, this is a scorecard. This is what makes you feel better about what you do, because yeah, it's a little bit of vanity sometimes. Everybody wants to look a little better, but the core business is truly helping people overcome certain things that they're not comfortable with in the best possible way.
Got
To also add to that, I would, as I was thinking, is that is so expensive
it.
to treat.
Hmm.
And, it absolutely can be. But there are so many treatments that don't cost very much and it's very minimal. And we would take our time and slowly introduce, to certain treatments. And it honestly it's really not that expensive to get started.
Okay, good to know. Now, I want to dive a little bit deeper into your skincare line, the Victor Michael line, primarily on the recovery side. Like, sounds like that's kind of why you made it for the recovery side. But can you dive a little bit deeper into like what prompted you to want to start it, and really what's the biggest benefit of this skincare line?
Danielle, how long do you have to listen to us? Because we can keep you here all day long. I
Uh,
would say, oh my goodness, we can talk about it so much. Victor Michael is an extension from our baby cucumber to our Victor Michael baby, and it's still growing. Its only sole goal is to help people was either preventing downtime or minimizing downtime. Initially, it was specifically just for injectables, right? Because all day long, we sit in the clinics. We're the owner operators as well. So we sit in the clinic, we speak with the customers, and all day long it was okay. I want to get my lips done, but I cannot do it on this day because I'm going to be down for like about a week or so with the swelling and bruising and inflammation. And I don't want my husband to see it, or I don't want my friends to know that I'm getting it done, or I have an event coming up. And hearing it every day and having every single tip and trick on how to avoid it, we've realized that there was a huge need for it. And I think that was just like it started there. And then Victor Michael just grew into more than what we expected it to grow into. Where we're now prepping the skin with Victor Michael prior to certain treatments that we have. We have clinical data that shows just how much it helps in the 90th percentile. And then just it grew into being a support for the professional side. So last year we have made incredible headways in aligning with some of the best aesthetic practices, medical spa practices that offer services that we offer that use this on their back bar in the front line.
Okay.
um, all of that and above, when you're in this industry, a lot of people come out with a new neurotoxin or a new filler or a new laser or a new treatment. Nobody really comes out with something new and innovative when it comes to downtime, post procedure. And 90% of our treatments are downtime. So we wanted to find something that wasn't just a solution for our customers, but a solution for our injectors too. How do we build that confidence in our injectors and knowing that we have provided everything on our side to say, hey, if you're worried about the swelling, you're worried about redness, you're worried about bruising, this is what we can do for you. Versus just arnica that's filled with stuff with alcohol that dries out your skin. And honestly, that's the only thing that's come out that we use as injectors in our clinics. And so providing Victor Michael serum up there in our mask, we use that as tools in our toolbox for our providers. So they're using it, as, hey, if you're worried about swelling and you know that you're going to bruise, I want you to use this product 3 days prior to seeing me. And then I'm going to use it right after treatment. So you're going to go home with this product on instead of arnica because it is um, full of amazing ingredients that are great for you that by the way are non-toxic and then we send them home with it and then they get the benefits of holy cow, this is just great skincare too. So it's like it became a double action product. And it's very exciting to see injectors because we go to injector conferences and we're in front of hundreds of injectors and we talk about this product. And there's nothing more satisfying when I talk to Nadia and I'm like, people come to us and they're like, what did you give me at this last conference? Because holy cow, this is amazing. My customers love it and they're using it more for back bar. And I'm like, no, it's retail. You want to sell it too to your consumer. But injectors use it as just part of their toolbox and they love it. It smells great. It feels great. It absorbs in the skin. It's arnica, bromelain, dragon's blood, and babassu oil. That's all it is. And it's all very friendly on the EWG scale. It's just an amazing product and it's what this industry needs. So we're just trying to, add to the industry as best as we can.
That's a
I
great.
think just to add to it, every decision that we make, whether it's on Cucumber Skin Lounge side or the Victor Michael side, we're patient first. And I think if you do that, you can't make wrong decisions. So, like with Victor Michael, I would never inject any filler into my face unless I had my mask. Like it has to be ready for me to come home and put on right away. A lot of injectors laugh about it because it literally sucks that pain and tension and everything else off of your face and just gives you that instant relief, right? Then it works on your bruising and swelling and inflammation and visibly diminishing the appearance of those, but it's an incredible product. So when you start developing anything as a patient, you're closing the void. If you have a pigmentation and you can get rid of it with the tools that you have, you're gonna naturally start looking for more solutions. And I think being in the business of our own, we have an incredible luxury at the best time since I've been in this industry forever. And I'm here to say that I have never felt as excited about the med spa space as I do today, because between what we offer, the functional medicine element, the peptide therapies that are now entering the space and everything else, there has never been a better time to serve the customer with the best possible, safe possible protocol that exists out there. You just have to want it enough, and you have to come there with the right attitude of saying, hey, I am going through the same thing. I always laugh and I'm like, I used to be super young and I used to consult about all the stuff that I'm actually doing right now. It changes perspective a little because now you test it out on yourself, you understand the safety, the efficacy, what's available out there. And it's just really taking the time to understand what's going to be the best for your practice and the patient pool that you work with.
And with that in mind, where do you think the future of aesthetics is going? You kind of mentioned a little bit about functional medicine, regenerative medicine, but where do you think the future of aesthetics is going?
Oh, this is my favorite.
Mhm.
I'm obsessed with peptide therapy. I feel that for the first time, we don't offer it just yet, but we're doing our research. But for the first time in the longest time, not only that we will have an option to fix the surface, within the same environment, you're going to get to the root problem of it because nobody ever used to connect the skin to the body and everything, all the processes that are going on. Yes, you could talk about it to a naturopath or somebody else, but right now, you have genetic testings that could be done. You have biome testings that could be done. There's incredible companies out there that give you these tests that are just going to get better. So I feel like we're at that tipping point of what the industry is going to be able to provide and marrying the inside with the outside. That's why I'm saying this is the best time to be a part of this industry.
Okay. Now, I'm sure that throughout your experience, you've had some maybe challenging cases or memorable cases. One story that you can share of just one of those cases and how you were able to get them a great result in the
We're passing to
I'm like, okay, that's a tricky question. Um, I'm immediately my mind went to you're servicing thousands of customers a year. You can't make everybody happy. And as much as we do our best and as much as we try our darnest to train all of our staff to be the best of the best, I mean, it's impossible. This is just running a business. You're working with the public, and everybody's wants and needs are not always in line with results and what you can actually give them, right? So I would say that, something as somebody who does consultations and hand holds patients and talks and sees them every single day, and you invest so much time and effort and they're just still not happy. And I think that's kind of the hardest part of this space. The most challenging is that you try to make everybody happy, and there's like some points in time where they're just never going to be happy, and you have to settle with that. But what we do try to do is to just trust the process. Trust in us. Trust the fact that we are really trying to steer you in the right direction. And when we're dealing with, a lot of concerns that take years of treatments to really honestly fix. Like you got to trust us. And sometimes patients are just not willing to do that and they just want an overnight success. And I'm like, it took you 20 years to come see me. And this is 20 years of acne scarring, like this, we can't just give you a brand new face. So, sometimes unfortunately people are just not happy and no matter what we do, and we just try our best to let them know we're here and we try to offer the best consultative process that you can. And I mean, really, that's the only thing that came to my mind. You were like, what happens when you can't fix something? But
I have actually a really cool example too. We had a lady who, known to all of us, like a big surprise. She went to a number of different clinics and she had a specific, not our clinic, she had a specific request for what she wanted to do. She was limited on the budget, so we had to work around that. And I remember she just came with everything that she's done so far and everything. She was just unhappy. And I was even reluctant to take her in as a patient. I'm like, oh my goodness, can we help you? I don't know. Like, this is a lot of people. But this is a challenge. Like, that's an example for me of like somebody who's gone to a number of different clinics, right? Somebody who's tried everything and just so sad on they're not going to be able to do it. And that one I had to watch super closely with the lead esthetician that we have in the clinic, just to make sure to take all the before and afters, making sure that maybe we call the company. We have an incredible relationship with our laser company. So if we run into a stubborn pigmentation, stubborn condition, or something else, we are able to work with the advanced trainers that can help us understand what's the next step to do it. Right now she's treating with us and maintaining the results. Her husband is with us. Her kids are seeing us. She's that perfect example when somebody had so much apprehension of like, I've tried everything, and then came in and saw us. But the flip side of it are people whose lives are changed, right? So one of my favorite customers was the one that I saw. Oh my goodness, it was like in 2000. It wasn't even with cucumber, but she always stuck with me because she had incredible pigmentation that she was covering up all the time. And back in the days, there wasn't any self-talk and pep talk and self-love that we are now seeing, and we're loving it because this is, accept yourself the way that you are. There's tools to help you with it, but let's not just like follow these social trends of perfection. That lady she didn't grow up in that same environment that maybe we are a part of these days. And she had such horrible pigmentation that for her specifically, she called it the horrible pigmentation that she had to cover up. She had to wake up earlier before everybody saw her. She couldn't jump in the pool with the kids. Her whole life existed around that thing. And then when we helped her get rid of it, she just blossomed. I mean, I personally thought she was beautiful before and she was beautiful after, but just seeing her go through that process and just coming up to us, just saying, like, being frustrated and not believing there's anything out there, that's the challenge that you take and you enhance it into something else. Like, that's just this is the reason we have these businesses. And this is the entire foundation for why we continue doing what we do today, what we did years ago.
Okay. Now, with your businesses, what is your vision for your businesses? The Cucumber Skin Lounge and also the Victor Michael line.
Oh my goodness. I think currently we're open and learning. We don't know what it's going to be. We've perfected what we have. The industry is in an incredible spot right now. And I think maximizing on that is going to be incredible. There's a lot of great services that we do aspire to introduce at our locations, growing our locations, not in numbers, but in offerings. And really maximizing on that. I think our goal is to really, truly essentially continue doing what we're doing and still be leading medical spa in the environment and being open to new opportunities that keep on knocking on our doors. So.
Okay. Well, I have one last question for you both, but before I ask it, I do want to point people to your websites at cucumberskinlounge.com and victormichael.com.
Mhm.
Now, last question. What does beauty mean to you?
Hmm.
I will start with that. Beauty, when I think of beauty, I think of somebody who is extremely just happy with themselves inside and out. I think of beauty as somebody who, if you want to do 100 fillers in your face and you feel great about yourself, then that's your beauty. If it's somebody who doesn't want to do toxins or fillers, and they really want to just age gracefully, and we do more of a more less aggressive treatment to enhance that natural beauty, that's beauty. So to me, beauty is just feeling comfortable within your own skin, no matter which direction you choose to go.
For me, I think beauty is a feeling. I've seen people feel beautiful, and that's a different kind of beauty than just, what we essentially typically consider to be beautiful. And I wish to everybody to feel as beautiful as they truly are and to embrace what that is. For everybody, it's going to be very different. For me, it's an absolute definition of a feeling. And if you feel it, it's an amazing day.
Well, there you have it. Nadia and Shay sharing their expertise. Now, where can people contact your practices?
Washington State. So we are in the heart of Seattle, in the heart of Bellevue and Bellingham.
So from the Canadian border all the way through proper Seattle.
Awesome. Okay. And
Yeah.
website's the best way for people to look you up more information on, guess?
It is. They can call our location or they can actually, we're in the locations as well. So they can actually come and meet with us if they're in the Pacific Northwest or just visiting. Fun fact about Cucumber is that we actually pull a lot of our patients that are flying in from California, I believe, Hawaii, Portland area. We have a ton coming through
Anna.
the Canadian border. So once people start with us, typically, even if they're living in a different state, they still come for a visit and we design our protocols around their traveling scheduling. But it's Cucumber and Victor with a K. So that's a fun fact if you're looking up our website.
And with Victor Michael, you can purchase in our stores. You can purchase online, and we do ship nationwide. You can also find it in the Blue Mercury retail stores, and you can also find Victor Michael in professional medical spas, doctors' offices, right now, currently in Oregon and Washington.
Awesome. Okay. Well, this was amazing. Thank you both for coming on. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for sharing your expertise.
Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks for listening to the Beauty Talk podcast. Any questions, please contact the practice directly with the contact information provided during the show. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.